We're counting down the 5 most groundbreaking changes set to redefine African football forever at this year's Africa Cup of Nations. From historic financial leaps and unprecedented technology standards to new global audiences and a host nation with a legacy to prove, each shift raises the stakes for the continent's biggest stage. Which record-breaking move will impact African football most? And why does it all start with money? Let's begin with number 5. $7 million. That is the winner's prize for the Africa Cup of Nations 2025, an unprecedented figure for African football. Just 6 years ago, the champions took home less than $5 million. In 2019, the first place check was $4.5 million. Now the total prize pool stands at $32 million, a record for any tournament on the continent. This leap is not just a headline, it is a financial engine. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, has new commercial deals and sponsorships that have driven this surge. The Confederation reported revenues of $166 million last year. For many national associations, even a quarterfinal run means more than $1 million, enough to fund youth academies, upgrade stadiums, and pay off old debts. This kind of funding, $1 million or more, changes planning and priorities. In Côte d'Ivoire, the 2023 winnings went straight into national football programs. For smaller federations, a single deep run can reshape the next 3 years with new training centers, grassroots leagues, and coaching education. The era of African champions settling for less is over. The money now matches the ambition. Every whistle, every offside, every penalty will be scrutinized by video from the very first match. For the first time, AFCON will run with VAR technology in place for all 52 games, matching the gold standard seen at the World Cup. Gone are the days when group stage heartbreaks could be blamed on a missed handball or a dubious red card. Morocco's stadiums, rebuilt for global tournaments, now support the same multi-angle camera networks and digital command centers as Europe's elite competitions. CAF has mobilized a new generation of referees, 28 lead officials, 31 assistants, and 14 VAR specialists, all gathering in Morocco for intensive training just days before the tournament. The curriculum covers everything from real-time decision protocols to pressure drills, ensuring that every official is ready for the scrutiny that comes with world-class football. This is not just about technology, it is about credibility. For years, critics dismissed African football with talk of unpredictable refereeing and chaos on the pitch. Now, every major call will be subject to review, and every result will be protected by the same safeguards that govern Europe's biggest finals. The message is simple: only performance decides who advances, not mistakes. This level of officiating integrity demands more cameras, more expertise, and more transparency, laying the foundation for a broadcast experience that rivals anything on the planet. In Casablanca, Rabat, and Tangier, stadiums once built for domestic matches now house broadcast compounds designed for the world's biggest events. African Cup of Nations 2025 will be played in venues upgraded to meet the same technical standards required for the 2030 FIFA World Cup. Fiber optic backbones, modern lighting grids, and high-capacity media tribunes are now standard across every host city. For the first time, African football will be presented with the same visual clarity and production polish as a Champions League final or a World Cup night in Europe. The Confederation of African Football broadcast partners have centralized media rights, striking exclusive deals that guarantee every match will reach global audiences with crispy, stable feeds. The technical teams in Morocco have spent years preparing for this moment, installing ultra-high-definition ready infrastructure capable of supporting 4K era production, with the potential for even higher resolutions in the future. While not every match is confirmed for 4K, the backbone is in place, with more cameras per game than any previous African Cup of Nations, super slow-motion replays, aerial shots, and cinematic close-ups. The result is a broadcast experience that rivals anything seen in London, Paris, or Madrid. This level of investment is not just about looking modern, it is a commercial strategy. Higher production values mean higher broadcast rights fees, more lucrative sponsorships, and a product that global networks want to showcase in prime time. For too long, African football was dismissed as a raw spectacle, brilliant on the pitch, but second-rate on the screen. Morocco 2025 aims to close that gap for good. Every goal, every celebration, every heartbreak will be seen with the same prestige as Europe's elite. The world will no longer see the African Cup of Nations as a distant cousin of the big leagues. It will look and feel like it belongs on the same stage. A single viral moment can now reach more fans than a month of traditional broadcasts. In today's football world, creators like iShowSpeed, with over 30 million YouTube subscribers, have the power to shift the spotlight overnight. His streams during World Cup matches have drawn more than 5 million concurrent viewers. His clips on TikTok and Instagram regularly cross the 10 million mark within hours. For Generation Z, football is not just about the 90 minutes on the pitch. It is about the memes, the reactions, and the personalities who make every goal a global event. AFCON lands in the middle of this creator-driven revolution. Official partnerships are not public, but the trend is clear. One charismatic streamer can turn a highlight into a global talking point. Imagine a last-minute winner in Casablanca, instantly clipped and shared across TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Twitter. Within minutes, millions of young fans who have never watched a full AFCON match know the names Serhou Guirassy, Simon Adingra, and Ademola Lookman, not from a television commentator, but from the creators they follow every day. Football's new audience does not wait for the evening news. They watch live reactions, meme compilations, and behind-the-scenes vlogs. When a creator's phone notification lights up with an AFCON alert, the ripple spreads across every social feed. The numbers are staggering. A single creator can bump viewership by 2 or 3 times among Generation Z, pulling in fans from Lagos to London to Los Angeles. Traditional broadcasters once set the agenda, but now the internet's biggest personalities decide what moments trend worldwide. For African football, this is more than publicity. It is a gateway to a new generation of supporters. Every viral goal, every pitch-side celebration, every offbeat interview becomes a recruiting tool for the continent's next wave of global fans. The question is not whether AFCON 2025 will go viral. The question is how far, how fast, and how many new fans will stay for the next chapter. Morocco stands at the center of African football's most demanding test. From December 21st, 2025 to January 18th, 2026, 6 cities, Casablanca, Rabat, Tangier, Marrakesh, Agadir, and Fez, will host 24 national teams in stadiums upgraded for the 2030 World Cup. These are not just cosmetic renovations. Mohammed VE in Casablanca and Prince Moulay Abdallah in Rabat have been rebuilt with new seating, modern lighting, and fiber optic backbones for live data and broadcast. Athlete villages and team hotels sit within 20 minutes of every venue. New training centers in Rabat and Casablanca feature GPS-monitored pitches, recovery suites, and video analysis rooms on par with Europe's best. The urgency is real. With the tournament landing in December, organizers face a compressed timeline. Every construction milestone, every systems test, every logistics drill must be finished before the world's cameras arrive. The stakes are amplified by Morocco's recent pedigree. Just 3 years earlier, this country shocked the football world by finishing 4th at the 2022 World Cup. They beat Belgium in the group, then sent Spain and Portugal home in the knockouts. Only France could stop them, and even then, Morocco left Qatar as the first African and Arab nation to reach the semifinals. Now, many of those same players, Achraf Hakimi, Azzedine Ounahi, Bilal El Khanous, return to home soil with the weight of expectation and the advantage of world-class infrastructure. For decades, African tournaments were dismissed as second-rate, brilliant on the pitch, but lacking the polish and reliability of Europe's best. Morocco 2025 is designed to erase that gap. Every stadium is equipped for high-capacity crowds, international TV, and the most demanding broadcast standards. Transport links, high-speed trains, and upgraded airports move fans and teams between cities in hours. Security, hospitality, and logistics have all been stress tested against the requirements of hosting the world, not just the continent. This is the first AFCON hosted by a nation proven on the global stage. Morocco's World Cup run and its billion-dollar investment in football infrastructure set a new bar for what African football can deliver. If the tournament runs smoothly, on time, on budget, and with the atmosphere promised, AFCON 2025 becomes the blueprint for every future edition. But if it falters, the cost is more than embarrassment. It risks reinforcing every old stereotype about African football's readiness for the spotlight. In the end, all the prize money, technology, and viral moments depend on one thing: the credibility of the host. Morocco's success or failure will decide whether this revolution in African football is real or just another promise waiting to be broken. Across all 5 breakthroughs, one truth emerges: African football is finally demanding the global spotlight on its own terms. Money, tech, and talent now meet at world-class standards. The future of the sport is not waiting on outside validation, it is being rewritten from within. History starts now. Drop your thoughts below.